When anyone enjoys my music or it's helped them get through something, it's such an honor. Music is the universal language. I didn't get into NYU, but I got a record deal. What's up, guys? It's Justine Skye, and this is how I blew up. Tumblr is such a huge part of the come up for me. And it's so funny because it started out as like a bit of like a friendly competition with one of my high school friends. And I was just like, this is so cool. It's like your own website, like where you can just do whatever you want. She had like 5,000 followers. And I was like, I bet you I can get more followers than you, which I've never done social media before that. Like before I had like MySpace, but like that was just for the homies. But this was like different. It's more, I feel like, of an expression of who you are. And I just started posting whatever it is that I wanted to, like pictures of like me and my friends hanging out. And I just created a community of my own. And then I found other like New York Tumblr kids, and we started to like create this vibe together. And I think the moment that I realized it was something was when we started doing like Tumblr meetups in the city, and people from like Paris would show up because they just wanted to like hang out with us so bad in the city. And I would always do like covers. I didn't make any like music of my own at the time yet, but from doing covers online, that's what started to make people like from the labels pay attention. I wouldn't call myself like a Nepo baby by any means, but some people might want to. Like my mom's an entertainment attorney. So I kind of grew up in the industry. So it was something that was always in my blood. And I just always loved to sing. They tried the sports thing. I threw the basketball to the other team. Like I was just like, this is not for me. But singing, acting, like the arts, that's for me. Growing up in New York City, that's like a huge part of our culture, of course. During like summer programs, I was like 13 and I was at, I think the Berkeley Carroll like summer program in New York, in Brooklyn. And this guy, he just came to the school and he was like, I wrote this book, this children's book, and like I'm doing an album like to go along with it. And he was like, I'm looking for like kids that can sing. And I was like, me, duh. and I was singing like Spice Girls in the school and everything. And then that was the first time I ever got paid. I got like $150 a song, and I was on the whole album, so I got paid. And I remember my mom looking at me, she goes, well, now you're a professional, you got paid. And I'm like, I went back to school, I'm like, well, what are y'all doing? Because I got paid to be a singer. So I'm a professional. I was still like getting over like being shy somewhat, and being that my mom was in the industry, I would be at all these events with her. And I remember I went to this BMI event with her one time, and they did a Q&A, and I kind of got peer pressured by all of her friends. They were like, you better get up there and sing or no one's ever going to take you serious. And I'm like, okay. And like, I get on this line for the Q&A and I'm like, can I sing for you guys? I'm like, literally like 14. And they're like, sure. And I sing Black and Gold by Sam Sparro, because that was my favorite song at the time. And then from that moment, a bunch of people, because obviously it was like an industry event, so everyone was like, wait, she can kind of sing. Like, what's going on? What are you guys doing with this? And producers were like coming up. And then that's when I started to take music seriously and like get in the studio, start working on original music, and then I got a record deal. I've been on somewhat of a journey, and I still am. Of course, I still feel like I haven't had that moment yet for me, which is a good thing, and some would like internalize it and feel like, what's going on? Like, why? And you know, obviously I went through that moment, but after a lot of like work and just having the right people around me and like developing the right team, everything happens when it's supposed to happen. You know, like I feel like I've learned so much, and everything happened for a reason, like through the labels that I've been through, the obstacles that I've been through, and even the great memories that I've had. And now I feel like it's the beginning of the beginning for me. And I've been independent for the last 4 years. And I feel like I've seen a lot more success in my career being independent. Now I'm entering a new phase in my career where it's time to push the envelope even more and take risks even more. It's like, it's go time. It's now or never. One of the biggest songs that I have right now, it's such an interesting story because it's 10 years old. And that's kind of the beauty of social media, TikTok specifically. It definitely highlights a lot of artists and helps them in so many ways. When Collide started buzzing on TikTok, I was a bit confused because I'm like, this isn't the song that I would have chosen to go viral, but like, okay. So I kind of ignored it for the first like 6 months. And then everyone kept being like, Justine, like your song, like I'm hearing it over TikTok. And I'm like, the song's 10 years old, like whatever, like who cares? And then it just started getting to a place where I couldn't ignore it anymore. And then I started getting booked for like late night television slots. And I'm like, this is insane. Like, what the heck? The song is from literally 2014. And like 10 years ago. But it was like really cool because I got to release the solo version of it as well that I actually recorded back then, but then obviously got the feature on it. And it was just cool because I believed in that song from then. But obviously through the motions of the industry, I was like, I guess it wasn't that good. But again, it was just one of those moments where it proved to me that I was doing the right thing. The advice that I would have for other creatives or my younger self, I wouldn't be so hard on myself. No matter what the situation is, we are in control of how we internalize it and how we choose to go about fixing it or, accepting it. I feel like I kind of snap when I'm in these interviews.